about the big things, so say make we talk about the small things, so yeah.
Bang, 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 dun, dun, dun. Good morning, my good people. This is the EnviroGyst on Quest 93.1 FM. We don't come back to studio again to talk about the small things. My name is Richard Benin, and I work with Community Development and Property Foundation. Koda.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, listeners. My name still remains Right? Still work for African Center for Environmental and High Development. Good to be here again.
All right, our third partner, Madam Ayo Nefertiti de Ajala herself, even as today be public holidays, she not be stick up because she's on the move. And for studio here with us, our other Madam Okogene Emakbobdi, the Mosquito Peperepe herself. And they do paparazzi work yesterday. You know, they actually do the clipping so that when I go feel wash on this program, what they do now, so now feel wash on other social media handles. So, Mosquito, too much, man. Stay strong, you know what I'm saying? Take all the angles, them. Then from my back, what was this down on my back? You know, I fine wine. Cut down with this side now, fine wine. Fine wine, cut down with this side. Well, we want to use this opportunity to say happy Idel Colin and Mr. Fred.
You know whether I don't go call the wrong thing.
Happy Salah to our
Muslim listeners.
And friends and brothers. Yeah.
We enjoy you to celebrate this day. And we hope that this will bring peace and prosperity to every one of us.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but when we finish for here, we all find
I didn't say in Jesus' name just now.
You know what I mean? More join now. Inshallah. In Jesus' name, more join. I beg you. Prayer. You know? So, when we finish for here, we'll call find one of our guys, will be Muslim, shop, rice, and stew.
For you.
With the apple. Everything will be rice.
Everything all right.
If they protest and rice, if they everything and rice. Salad and rice, Christmas rice. Let's go.
What I cook?
Yeah. No, anything we do will go shop. All right, Mr. Fred.
Yes.
Today I want to talk about climate change and man's action towards it. But before we do that, I want to read one story.
Okay.
But I don't know whether the story will affect you positively or negatively because
no matter anyhow it affects me, it affects me.
No, because you know why they talk like that? Probably maybe at the time when they do this story when I want to also they don't close down your primary school. You know, so the story I go read them. I want to go read them. Our good listeners, more than listening on. Some people go key into the story immediately as starter. Even ego will sit down for here now, so I just say go key into it. I don't know whether fine wine will key because I don't know whether they only go primary school. This story will expire at that time. So he said one day a boy caught a dove. The dove, realizing its bleak future, told the boy, "Please do not kill me. I will tell you 4 things that will make you rich." The boy very curiously asked, "What are the things?" "First," said the dove, "never let go of what you truly have got. Second, you must not be upset when you cannot have what you want. 3, when you hear things, stop and think."
When you hear
things, stop and think. For you will hear many things which are not true. The bird paused, and the boy, now very eager, said, "What is the 4th thing? Tell me the 4th thing now." "Let me go over to that tree first," the bird said, nodding to a nearby tree branch, "and I will tell you the 4th thing." So the boy released the dove and it flew to the tree. What was the first thing I told you? The dove asked the boy from the safety of the tree. "Never let go of what you have got," answered the boy. "But you didn't." You didn't do that, said the dove. You have let me fly away. Anyway, continues the dove. The fourth thing is, inside of me, there is a big bar of gold, as big as your hand. Upon hearing this and realizing his loss, the boy began to weep. What was the second thing I told you? Inquired the bird. You must not be
Upset.
The boy stopped. The boy quickly began to wipe his eyes, remembering the second secret. And what is the third thing? Asked the dove. Bemused, the boy paused and screamed, there is no gold inside of you. Yes, there is no gold inside of me.
So when you hear
clever
to stop, think before you.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see.
And it is. He said, yes, there is no gold inside of me, said the clever dove, and he flew away. Now, the essence of reading out this story, which we were taught in primary 3 for Macmillan. Reader, no, we call it reader. Relate it to the politicians, relate it to the people, relate it maybe the religious bodies, and think. That is why I leave this discussion. Thank you very much once again. My name is still remain Richard Benin. So let's talk about the small things. But this one will talk just on a small thing, I mean,
yeah.
Or I say you get what you want to talk.
It kicks. It should kick in everybody's system. A lot of things that make you want to stop, think, reflect, and then rethink again. Because most often, a lot of times, a lot of people have lost what they have, thinking that they will get something bigger, and they never stopped to think about what they have had, because they were moved by that adrenaline or that moment, what that says, go get that bigger one, go get that bigger one. And then at the end of the day, they lose
what they truly have.
They lose everything.
Yeah.
It's okay. In the area of, our politicians who are in this particular story represent the dove, they actually have, that cunning behavior to be able to manipulate the people, and the people not knowing what they want, not knowing what exactly they want, tend to believe everything, and they don't stop to think
at all. And well, why I read this story, I say we should relate it with our politicians, the people, probably maybe religious institutions also. 2027 is around the corner. Everybody is jumping from one spot to the other. So our people, make una stop, think, and not be everything when they tell you now you believe. I like that story well. There's another one we'll read next week. All right, so Mr. Fred, the climate change. Talk your one, talk my own.
Oh, so what do you mean climate change? Oh, okay. Now, what did change for climate now? What do you mean climate change again? No, the truth is in there. What did change for climate? Last year entered this year. Before December, we were expecting, especially in the months of October, months of November, December, say rain go don't stop, that kind of thing. But in December, rain actually stopped. But January, we were expecting at that time we can get December, January, February, to some, that period, they will all get
small harmattan.
Harmattan, how would they get?
Okay.
They will all get fog.
Okay.
Everywhere. So that when you see, they say, in fact, if you do machine, if you enter machine, they ride. Before you go ride 1 kilometer, you don't get white baby, white eyelashes, all those things don't fall. Would they expect to see all those things? We'll not see them. They don't come. So climate don't change.
No. Okay. That is the definition of climate change.
Climate don't change now.
And all
the rain fall for January.
If about December,
December, January, February,
the rain
you see they fall.
Okay. So you get one of my guy, they complain. Say crocro. Sometimes you go dey call am heat rash. I say na call am well. Say but crocro wan finish my body o. I wetin dey cause am? He say heat too much na. I say hey yeah sorry o. Wetin dey cause the heat? He say the weather too hot na. Wetin dey make the weather too hot? He say abeg no disturb me. Na all those things wey I dey talk say climate change. That's okay. Thank you very much. That's it. You know say the one day we come studio here, we go don say God tell us. Some people don't believe, but when I go outside, some people call me, one person will say, well, you mental, so you dey call which like God tell you say I'm a good day. Last week I got call the guys, I'm not on the street. I'm not on the street. He say, oh Bob, no be small thing o. That one I told her in a drawer. It cost most money. And all these things, the change in the climatic condition is as a result of the actions
that we take.
Yeah. So that brings us to the main issue. Yeah. For get one village wey dey Agbara here, we dey see trucks heavy.
Not the one village.
Okay, the adjoining villages for that area.
Villages from Omabove.
Okay.
To Okpara. To Otiri. To Agba. Awere. Down to Kokori. All those villages.
Along the road there.
All those villages. I can bet right now as we dey here so 2 trailers dey that road. Load trees.
Where they not cut?
Yes. As we dey here now, if you drive go that road, you go see at least 2 trailers when they load.
Okay.
You will see plenty wood when they cut.
Arrange
along the road. You know, for there. For Magoe there, that bridge that separates Magoe and Ghana there. People, you know, on the right hand side, there's dredging going on there. Okay. Sand dredging going on there.
That one said the impact on the climate. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Now, on the left hand side, there's no sand dredging there. But if you look, you go see say all the small trees when they inside that swamp, they are being harvested. People are cutting them.
They are being felled.
Being felled, cut them to small pieces, arrange them along the road. They are selling all of them. Now, for some people probably will have, you know, a rubber plantation
that they want to convert
to maybe farming. Maybe they have justification for actually fell those trees because they want to use that plot of land. But where this is not the case, and the sole motivation is because you want to earn some money, then you are doing something very terrible to our environment.
Okay. So now, these trees that they cut and arrange, is the community aware?
Well, when you say the community, because community is actually the people, they are aware.
They are aware.
Of course, as a matter of fact, this morning I spoke with the President General of Agbara community, Honorable Joe Mujiri. I asked him, "Are you aware?" He said, "Yes." And I also asked him, "Have you been able to, like, you know, sensitize the people?" He said, "Yes, he has tried in some ways. But that the issue is that people say the tree on their land is their property and nobody can stop them from cutting their properties." I said, "Well, that's true to an extent. But there are limits to the kind of trees you cut." Yeah, because you are allowed to, for timber purposes, you are allowed to cut trees that are actually big enough. I think there is a certain age to the tree that you can actually cut. So when you cut any tree that is below that particular size, the law, you know, holds you accountable.
So can we put a call across to the President General? Fine wine, baby.
Okay, yeah, we can, but you know, he mentioned that he's on transit. But let's hope that we are able to get him online.
Okay. Let's try. Now, the President General of the community say he has tried to sensitize the people. That's what he told you.
Yeah.
But well, for the purpose,
I asked him if you know, he does have, you know, a kind of meeting with the leadership of all the
Communities, yes.
and he said yes, that he does that. So I said, okay, that would be a place to start from. But he also pointed that if he does that, and they ask him, why should they stop? What should he tell them? We were in the middle of that discussion when actually the call was disrupted because I'm sure he was driving between networks.
Okay. All right. So all the ones who they talk since now, the people for those communities, because of small money, who they work with, they cut down trees, they sell and give aboki because those trailers now those 40 feet trailers, they just dey carry the wood, they don't dey fell trees.
They will stack them neatly.
You see,